Wait, not yet. Stop. No, don't just do that. Go, Katie, go. Bend your legs. AJ, show Katie.
Chitty made it?
Yeah. Katie, copy what AJ's doing. Katie, bend your knees. Say, I love the Wonder Bros.
I love the Wonder Bros.